Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use PolicyPak Least Privilege Manager to dictate who can do what on a desktop in terms of privilege. So in this example, what I want to show you is that I'm a standard user, East Sales User 1, and if you're familiar with what Least Privilege Manager does, it will elevate certain applications at certain times. What I want to show you here is that I can use item level targeting and say when I'm a certain person on a computer, then elevate. If I'm not that person, don't elevate. So by way of example, I want to say when I'm East Sales User 1 on the desktop. So I'm going to create a GPO linked to my desktop and say PPLPM computer side with ILT user filtering. So this GPO will be linked on the computer side, which it is, and I'm going to do the work on the computer side. So I'm going to go to computer side, Least Privilege Manager, and what I want to show you is that if I were to add a new executable policy here, this would affect everybody on the computer, but that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is create a new rule here and make it a hash rule, and I'm going to pick Procmon that I already have handy right here. I'm going to say this version of Procmon, I want to let it run with elevated privileges, but only when I use item level targeting that says I'm a specific user or a group. So you can pick either security group or a user. And when you do that, it'll pick security groups that are on the user side or user side membership. So I'm going to go ahead and say when the user is East Sales User 1. Okay, so now I've got East Sales User 1, so I'll say elevate Procmon when East Sales User 1. So the goal is when I'm on the endpoint and I'm East Sales User 1, it's going to elevate. When I'm not East Sales User 1, it's not going to elevate. So let's check it out. We'll go over to our endpoint here. We got to run GP update first. Let's get the policy setting all locked and loaded on the computer here. Okay. And that's it. Let's go ahead and close this out. And now let's go ahead and run Procmon as East Sales User 1. Boom, just like that. So it's a way for you to dictate the policy on the computer side and then filter by the user. But let's prove a point. Let me go ahead and sign out here. I'm going to log on as East Sales User 2. So not this guy. This guy's never logged on before, so it'll take a second or two. So now that's it. I'm logged on as a different user, and if I were to go to, I actually have the same file, the same Procmon in a folder called demos1, and let me show you what happens if you click on Procmon. So Procmon only works as East Sales User 1, but if I click on it as East Sales User 2, what happens? Boom, it does not elevate properly. If I wanted to then add East Sales User 2, that's fine. I can then go to item level targeting here, edit, and then add in add in, say, user, and make the item option, or the user is East Sales User 2. Okay, so now I'm saying if either of these two guys is them, then it should work. So all I would need to do is run GP update here. Give this a second to finish up. So now that that's done, let's just run Procmon. 10 seconds ago it didn't run. Now, boom, it runs. So using PolicyPak Least Privilege Manager, you can link the GPO on the computer side and now filter based on user or user group membership. So that could give you a lot of amazing superpowers. Hope this helps you out. And if you're looking to get started with PolicyPak Least Privilege Manager, get in touch and we'll get you signed up.